Welcome to the official AFL Fantasy Podcast with the Traders.
G'day with the Traders. I'm Roy. I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Wanderers.
And Calvin.
Coach Calvinator.
Boys, round 9. It didn't look much like round 8, did it? Points were very hard to come by.
A couple hundred points less, I think, most of us scored across that round.
Without a doubt. So just having a look at the previous round that was 1901.
Whoa.
I had, and I was lucky to get to 1900, but I wasn't the only one battling away on the weekend. Yes, that was the worst, but boys, you weren't a whole heap better.
Not much better at all, Destroy.
1929, Cal. 1942.
Yeah.
But he's still on top of us. However, we all dropped in rank a fair bit. So.
Yeah, and that's a big shame because
It is.
we've been slowly improving
Yep.
and increasing.
Yep.
And this week,
Trend breaker, wasn't it?
wasn't it ever? Disappointing.
What was the
bounce
reason
back.
for it?
Multiple reasons. The fact that we were in Melbourne having a few cans, I don't think strengthened any of our decision making over the weekend.
Probably not. That's one excuse.
Yeah, definitely. So, that's the trend in the behaviour. Up until that point, we've been at home, we've
Yeah.
been relaxed,
That's a good
making
point.
good decisions. We go away for a wild weekend, and look what happened.
Oh, well, our rookies weren't on the cans with us. They scored like they were.
Yes, they were, because we were sitting at a pub watching them on Saturday afternoon, and you had
was a
three
shocking Saturday
three
for rookies.
depressed boys there
It's like
watching.
watching the dodgeball
Oh
championships.
my God, these 40-pointers.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
Well,
it hurts.
Saturday is where we copped a lot of pain. Let's stick with the pain.
It was the most disgraceful display I've ever seen.
Because it's just not acceptable.
Oh, geez.
You had a bad Saturday, Cal.
I did, and I'm going to kick it off with, I call them my poor 84s, and that's from Grundy and Mitchell.
It's not enough.
They're premiums.
Yeah. They're supposed to cover those guys
Yes.
having their 40.
Yep, but some of them were covered by other players.
So Grundy was probably flagged a little bit because
definitely flagged.
we say that Tom Hickey, unbelievably, has been one of the toughest ruckmen to play against.
It was
Oh,
true.
It was very true.
But what was Tom Mitchell's excuse?
Well-
Here
well-
at Pig Park,
well-
out there, look at the beautiful deck that it is.
It's not called Big Park anymore.
It's Cozzy Park.
It's Cozzy Park.
He's good, isn't he?
He is good.
Should have played him this week.
But Mitchell was flagged to be tagged by Kanye West, commonly known as Kane Turner. But I don't even think the tag happened.
No, I don't think
He's
it did.
coming off a couple of 120s. He was looking good. The pig were like the pig's warming up.
Yep.
And the pig could actually cop another little bit of attention maybe from Ed Kerno this week. So
Interesting
it
times
is.
for the pig. My -3 goes to my captain, Zach Merritt, who scored 20 points more than those rookies that we're bagging out
Yeah.
for a 40.
Yep.
He is on an official captaincy ban for the rest of the year.
Oh, really?
Will not be considered.
That was his first score under 100.
Yeah, and he really,
And it was
really went under 100, didn't he?
right under it.
was awful.
Like my dislike for
Was
that
it
guy is
67?
unhealthy at the moment.
Not
that was
good.
pathetic,
It was.
weak effort.
Wasn't good for the owners of him with captaincy, and I did see Leroy tweeted on the weekend as well, watching his player Sarong playing on him, tagging him like that. And it was
Double whammy.
It was a pretty heavy tag. That's the thing. Like he was on him. It was almost some bad tactics, I reckon. In that
Oh.
it was. Oh well, Bombers are always hard done by and things, but they got the win though. So
Here
it
we
was all
go.
good.
Bad tactics. If he wasn't such a sook,
Yeah, he needed to knuckle down.
didn't lay a tackle in the second half, didn't take one mark.
Yep. It's not good enough.
Come on.
Think 3 in a row for Riley O'Brien. Gets
Oh,
my
my-
-3 with his 59.
Oh.
He is so bad.
Are we sticking to the rule, dog?
So bad. Well, it's been in one of my rage trades so far.
3 in a
since
row, you
lockout
got to go.
lifted.
3 in a row, you've definitely got to
It
go.
was another 59. Yes, up against Nick Nat, but remember last time against Nick Nat, that was after he'd tweeted out his things saying about how bad Nick Nat was as a player.
Yeah.
He actually scored 100 in that game.
So,
He was atrocious in this.
baby giraffes, it only takes a week
Yep.
or two before they're actually up and running.
That's it.
Hard thing is that he's got such a tough run coming up.
Hard thing is, it's
I
just
can't
him.
see him doing much better than
Okay.
this.
No, not gonna
There
lie.
must be something wrong because I'm looking at a guy here who's averaging under 80,
Yeah.
62 in his last
Remember he was
three.
averaging 50 in the first 2 weeks.
That's right.
And then what did he go at last year? Like, we flagged him to be a 110 guy.
I think he was 108.
Yeah.
yeah, so we were thinking
adjusted.
easy third in line.
Yep.
We're thinking there's 3 big dogs now.
Yes, but there's not.
Nah.
There's 2, but you don't even call them big dogs.
Nah.
Wow.
We're back to where we were thinking a month ago about rucks are dead.
Yeah.
Rucks are no good.
Yeah, no, she's a vicious cycle.
All right. Well, we went negative to start with. Let's get
we're all
back
flat.
on board.
Here it is! That's what you did, Teddy. You stuck it right up them.
I'll start with Rory Laird. I don't know if we've given him enough credit this year. He is smashing it.
He was
averaging 105. He was an easy pick. He's in 50% of teams, so that's probably why we don't sort of think, oh yeah, he helped us get a win because everyone's got it. But he does. 125 on Sunday, and I think it's just he just needs the pats on the back for
and good on
doing
you
what
for
he does.
it.
And that was just it was an easy pick for a lot of people, but it was a must pick.
It's an easy pick for a lot of people, but if he was playing bad, we'd all be hearing about it.
Of course.
So well done. You got to pat him on the back, dog.
definitely
Good job. Now, talking about responding to negative threes, Walshy, controversial one last week.
Wasn't he ever?
Bang, bounce back, absolute machine. So he's back to zero now after that negative three.
Oh, very good. Well done. I'm looking at...
Tactical.
Well, here you go. I'm going to pat a couple of rookies on the back.
Okay.
In James Jordan.
Oh, yes.
And Collier Dawkins.
110 for Jordan.
Awesome.
Massive.
Awesome. And Collier Dawkins outscored Grundy and Tom Mitchell.
And he had...
Right?
Yes, 86. He had the most centre bounces in the end for...
Played really well.
But
Tigers.
my positive three is going to my second highest scorer, Nick Hind.
There's another one.
Wow.
Easy pick that deserves credit.
122.
He really surprised me. I said it a couple of weeks ago that he's in like 15% of teams.
Is that all?
Yeah.
It's low.
ridiculous.
Man, oh man, no one was listening in the preseason. He basically doubled merit.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Gosh. Anyway, let's go.
All right, let's go into some news.
It's time for breaking news with Warnie.
Alrighty, a little bit to get through with the news. And out today was Toby Green, fractured shoulder 4 weeks. No one's really got him. Obviously,
He's having a good year.
He is having a very good year.
Yep.
But, yeah, what does that mean for them?
Well,
he's their skipper at the moment, so someone else is going to have to step into captaincy. But we went straight to thinking about Joshua Kelly.
Who goes forward?
He can't.
No, he doesn't, like, it's not a similar role as such,
No,
but he's
but it's a
capable
flank.
of being a forward.
Who is capable of filling the void? That's the problem. Who is capable?
Riccardi Party might have to go forward.
Party might have to do
He
it.
was good in his role.
It's a nice role.
Finding the pill. Imagine he's someone who can get a lot more of it with playing that.
Yeah,
Jeez.
no, so that's pretty interesting, but that is bad for Toby. He didn't get a free kick for that. Did you see where he busted it?
I did, yep.
Slammed in the back.
Yep. Should have been
If he did that to someone else.
Oh, reported.
Those woe is me stories about Green.
Yeah.
They're true.
They are. Yep.
Far out.
Rowan Marshall, he was subbed out with that foot, the plantar fascia.
That sucks because he was dominating that game.
He's good.
So he's going to miss at least a month. He's requiring surgery for that. So, it's obviously a trade because a few people have been flicking around.
They have.
Making him an option
Unbelievable.
there. And it's just, I guess, yes, he's got the ruck status as well, but the forward status is just these premium forwards of you think you can be getting to someone and they just don't do.
But he's had
you need
no
to.
luck with that foot, has he? Hopefully he gets it right this time.
A few hammies out of the weekend. Jack Bowes was one of them, and he's been a fantastic pick this year.
Yes, hats off.
So it's very unlucky that he actually ended up being lost the most money this week due to that.
It's interesting. He's in 4% of teams, and I reckon I've heard from those 4%.
Without a doubt,
telling me that they've got Jack Bowes.
Roy, I think you put him at number 1 in the rolling 22, didn't you, at one point?
Oh, he's definitely up there in the top couple, for sure.
He's been awesome.
Devon Smith, who doesn't go anywhere near a rolling 22 these days, but he's hammy will keep him out for a couple of weeks, they said. So he's had a bit of soft tissue before, so you think they'll be pretty cautious with that. And Harry Perryman as well, hammy out of that. Now, some other, I guess, news and selection news coming out with Port Adelaide. So they've got Dan Houston, who missed last week with that shoulder, that he is going to play this weekend. Along with Lockie Jones as well, defender Lockie Jones, who was out with that syndesmosis.
Right.
So they're both going to play this weekend, whether that's AFL or Sandford.
Okay.
Now, I'm thinking that Houston doesn't go to play Sandford coming back from an injury.
No,
so
of
he
course
plays
not.
AFL.
He's straight back in.
Lockie Jones, I think, would play.
He's going Sam for every day.
You would
Lockie
assume
Jones.
so.
But it might put a bit of a stretch on some things as well. So
It's the pink elephant in the room, isn't it? It's Bergman. It's the pink iceberg.
He wasn't alone in being a quiet defender.
He didn't touch the ball, Roy, for the first half.
You're only as good as your
ended up
last half. He dominated.
45 in the last half. Yeah, he came home strong.
He wasn't on a donut, was he, at half
Yes.
time?
Yes, he was.
Wow.
Everything.
Pretty sure he was.
Straight lines, I think. Yeah.
His spot is a concern this week. It has to be.
They have lost one defender. It's not like Houston is going to be a straight swap for a key defender.
No.
But they're already one down.
They're saying the Cannon's going to
They
play.
are saying the Cannon
He's going to be
oh,
taking
no.
a
chance. So, yeah, it'll be interesting times, but at least we'll know early in the week.
That's right.
Compared to what we've become used to this year.
Thursday teams, although this one's
Yes.
a Friday, but
No.
anyway.
Yeah, well, that's it. So the teams will be back this week. And,
Yeah.
we will be going live on Thursday night, so make sure you're tuning in via facebook.com/AFL Fantasy Official and joining in the chat there on Facebook and also on Twitter as well. We'll be taking questions and hopefully getting us all set. We do have teams have been announced, or the games have been announced for the next few rounds as well. I think we've got up to round 15 now.
Whoa.
And round 13 is where we start seeing our Thursday night games again.
Okay.
So 13, 14, 15, we're back to Thursday night games. So
There you
that's
go.
something to know and have in there. One other player is Patrick Cripps. We talked about him last week
Yeah.
after there was the report that he had a fractured back.
Yeah.
Spinal.
Spinal.
And, basically, old mate Teague said, no, there's no issue. But then
Yeah.
his back flipped and said, yeah, no, he was.
You
But
could tell
that was a
Teague
while
was
ago.
in a sulky mode.
He was a bit ruffled.
He does
He
a little
was,
bit.
yeah, so
They'll
you could
continue to
see-
be in a bit of a sulky mode, won't they? The Blues are
I'd
struggling
like
a
to
bit.
think so.
But Cripps, he responded. He was good.
He was very good.
Ton. He's been pretty ordinary.
Must have had those injections.
Those draft owners, like me, have had him. It's been a pretty ordinary ride, actually.
been a journey, hasn't it?
The other one out of the Blues, though, is Zach Williams,
Yeah.
who we thought could have been a chance to rest, but he played in the half-back, played
Yeah.
off half-back.
Looked much more comfortable.
Oh, he looked.
Pushed my mate Stocker up the field a bit, too.
yeah, that
He
was good
all
for
right.
Stocker. Yeah.
He still didn't get to 70.
No.
No.
He looked a bit more comfortable, but he still didn't score. So speaking of draft roller coasters, he's in my team, but it's been all down.
Yeah.
All downhill on that roller coaster.
I'm glad you're suffering that because you've probably made a lot of other people
I do
suffer
deserve
for
it,
your
but I don't
talk up.
deserve the amount of suffer I've had this year.
No, you've had a bit, but oh well, couldn't happen to it.
You see what's me, Mr. Magoo. Oh, Magoo, you've done it again. What?
A few things coming out of the VFL and also the Sandful and also the Waffle. But we'll start with the VFL. Cam Ellis-Yeoman on Thursday night. He was back, 147, 39 disposals, 7 marks, 7 tackles. Old mate Fioriti had 127 as well, as he does. He would definitely be the captain of our NEFL fantasy team.
He's the poster child of persistence. Fioriti, like,
Just his knuckles would be sore. He's
Yep.
just forever knocking on
knock
the door,
on the door,
isn't he?
try it. 127. That's about his
Well
average,
done.
I reckon.
That's what he does,
That's
yep.
what he does.
Now, in that game, Harry Sharp was injured, Roy. So your little loop-de-doop guy,
Yeah.
but that sucks this week because they play Friday
It
night.
does.
So
Yeah.
It doesn't help
Can't
anyway.
catch a break. Anyway,
Now,
what did he do? Do you know?
I think it was a foot or an ankle or something like that.
Syndesmosis.
Yeah, easily.
Well, that's
Everyone's
what
got
it
it.
is.
That's what he would have got.
Out of that game too, not relevant really at all, but there were bloody 4 Smiths playing for the Lions. 4.
You are correct with your summary of that, dog.
2 Suns. 2 Smiths for the Suns.
So 6 in total.
Yeah, it's a lot. In
She's
a
a
game.
slow Magoo's day.
That's a lot of. That's a lot.
That's a lot, yeah. But this is a fantasy podcast
Smith's
about...
a pretty common surname though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Luke Dunstan, he's still kicking around. He had 135. Your mate Paul Hunter had a 90 with 30 hit-outs.
Okay.
Could he come in for Rowan Marshall?
He could, but he
could.
won't. He was hoping.
They'll just go with They'll just go
They'll just
with
have to-
Ryder.
I hope he
Check with
doesn't.
one of those other
I hope he
guys.
doesn't, Dogger. Otherwise, I'll have 30 green dots. I won't know what to do.
Wow. Josh Caddy, he had 149 thanks to his 32 disposals and 2 goals. Coleman Jones kicked 5 snags. So I don't know what the Tigers do though. Like they just got to keep rolling.
I think so. It's a very good win, yeah.
Ryan Clark.
Oh, not
we
again.
We haven't heard from him. For
No,
a little
we
while.
haven't.
Wow.
156 he had. So 3 goals, 30 disposals, and 11 marks.
He can
Massive.
play, can't he?
Bianco was pretty good by the looks of it as well. So keep an eye on him coming in. I've got a couple of contradictory reports on his disposal account, but
Oh, really?
basically it's either 18 or 23.
Yeah, right.
25.
Oh,
I don't know,
okay.
something like
There you
that.
go.
Anyway, we'll work it out. But
Those NEFL statisticians, I tell you.
they probably counting. They didn't take their socks off maybe to count some of these ones. McRae was all right too. So who knows what they do? Obviously the Pies lost. So what they bring in, what they knock out.
They just
who
can't
knows?
keep shuffling these kids.
Shuffling the deck
Well,
chairs
what
off.
are they going to do?
That's
so they
it,
just
yeah.
have to decide.
Bianco
seasons
will
of
get a game
write-off
at
and
some
let them
point.
play, or what?
I don't know.
They give them 1 week tasters and
Yep,
then
out. Back, yeah, right.
I don't know. What'd they score this week? 45.
Yep. To go, he didn't do
He
enough.
had 2 snags in the first probably 10 minutes.
He was on fire.
And they managed to get 45 points in total.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
They're in trouble.
Dan Howe for the Hawks, or Box Hill Hawks, scored 145. Bailey Scott in that game scored 95. He could be a chance to come in for the Roos, but they'll be very proud to write unchanged.
Oh,
on their
won't
team.
they ever?
And they deserve it too, but a couple of them are looking a bit tired, dog.
Yeah, Tom
Well, that's
Powell
it.
could
Yeah.
be one of those.
Are they that confident now they put like Tom Powell rested? Aaron Hall rested, managed. We've got this, guys.
Oh,
we don't need you
Aaron
for this
Hall in
week.
that.
I'm
Aaron
just
Hall.
throwing it out there in case the coaches are
He's
listening.
obviously a non-owner.
Because they're not going to bring
He
back
looked tired.
Atu, Roy.
Oh, look, didn't he knock on the door?
13 disposals, 46 fantasy points.
See, he's sulking now.
Yeah, he's done.
They've wrecked him.
Yep.
Alec Waterman. He had 25 disposals, 91 points. Didn't kick a goal in that either.
Oh.
Like big forward. So now, not an AFL listed player, but he could be
Has to be.
at the mid-season draft. So we're a couple of weeks away from that. I think that happens in the week leading up to
I assume
round
he's
12.
nominated.
Yeah, I think so.
Surely. If not, can
well,
we nominate
We'll
him?
fill out his papers
Yeah, we
for him.
will.
42 disposals, 147 points. So Nathan Freeman, he's just tearing it up. These are what his scores have been this season. The week before, 44 disposals, 136. 35 disposals, 123. 42 disposals, 142. 38 disposals, 120. I've done the calculations. Maybe around about 300k if he comes in. He will be a member.
It's an awkward
of the
price,
Warthogs.
but it's a
It
dude
is.
that knows what he's doing.
That's it.
I've paid 300 grand for a rookie. I paid 300 grand for Jai Farrar.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah,
So-
you're paying for that.
Yeah. You definitely pay for that.
He's one of the form players in the country.
Definitely.
He's not racking that up in NEFL.
No.
Gets to play the odd NEFL team,
It's
but
ridiculous.
that's nasty.
Just quickly in the waffle, nothing to write home about is what I'm going to say with that one because it's not that exciting there, is it?
The waffle?
Yeah.
That's a real comp,
That's a real
though, Dov.
competition.
Real comp.
You like it, Calvin. Anyway, that's all we've got for Magoo's news for this week. We'll have more next week, Cal. Tune in then.
Hi, it's Nat Edwards. AFL Daily is a new daily podcast from the AFL. Each morning, Damien Barrett and I will share the biggest stories and the biggest opinions in footy. We'll connect the dots and tell you what the stories mean for your clubs and your favourite players. AFL Daily, your new daily footy habit. Available wherever you listen to podcasts.
When we were over in Melbourne, we had a bit of a discussion about some of the coaches in the AFL.
Yes.
Basically due to some of their behaviours, especially of late. We've had a little bit of a chat about Chris Scott, a lot of a chat about our displeasure with him.
Slick back sook.
He pulled another one on Friday night.
Oh, didn't he ever?
He
So
went there
predictable.
and had a late change. Dalhouse, who was injured. Like, that's the thing. And they said that he was right to play. They do have their right and responsibility, as
Yes.
Yeah.
Slick Sook said. But they've gone and done that. Brought in our mate Jordan Clark, who sucked as well.
Didn't
when
he
did come
just?
in anyway. But
Can
that's the thing.
I just say something about him as well?
Okay.
So, you know how, like, he tries to be arrogant about how they can make late changes and blah, 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 and you can't pick a team 48 hours before they play and stuff like that. Other teams do.
That's
Yes.
right.
I think it's...
Everyone else does.
So I think it reeks of indecision and panic.
Oh,
to
okay.
me.
Right.
Like it tries to make it come across as cool.
Right.
Other teams are like, no, that's who we're rolling with.
Okay.
And everyone can deal with it. Other team can know and whatever else. But they're like, oh, should we, shouldn't we? Who? Like, that's what
Yeah.
it sounds like.
Sounds like,
So I don't reckon it's slick back and cool.
No.
I reckon it's the exact opposite.
Lack of,
indecision and worry.
Lack of self-confidence.
What's the other team
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
first? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just go bang, back yourself and say that's what we're rolling with and back it. Don't you reckon?
Yep.
I think he's not pulling it off.
Oh,
No.
I'm with you, Roy.
Yeah.
So I think we are going to do our power rankings
Okay.
for fantasy coaches.
Good call.
And what they do to us. He has to be the number one worst.
100%.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And
No
I
one
think-
would argue that.
Even the fact that, was it against, who'd they play this year? Brisbane, or someone that he stood there and he sort of stared at him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like that. Come on.
Runs on the ball.
Jeez, mate. Slightly ahead of yourself.
Right. So and that's been
Right.
We've had that for a few years.
He's number one.
He's number one.
Yeah.
Into number two, and it was probably this is what we might have called it a while ago. Bevo.
Yeah, Bevo in.
Bevos.
Yeah.
He does.
Players.
He Bevo's players.
Did you see his team list?
Yes,
And,
that's
where
what
he
I was
named
just
them all.
getting up here. This is
Oh,
how
my.
he named the team. I won't go through the whole 22
Just tell us
players,
the
but-
bench.
The bench, okay.
Yeah.
Interchange. Adam Treloar, Marcus Bontempelli, Jack McRae, Tom Liberatore.
That's their middle. What's he doing?
The four midfielders who
Is
get
that
the most
the
CBAs.
All-Australian team?
That-
mid... Unbelievable.
He's just having a laugh.
So other things, Bailey Smith in the back pocket,
He's having a laugh.
Bailey Dale in the centre. So he might have mixed up his Baileys there.
Remember
possibly.
when we've factored in where people are named when we're picking teams and trading and stuff
Yeah.
like that? Never do it again.
Oh.
Just never look at that ever again.
Now, did you hear that story?
ridiculous.
That story that he told? Did you hear that?
Now, this
that was
probably
funny.
slides him down the rankings a little
it
bit.
Yeah,
does.
it's hilarious.
Yeah,
He
no, that
recovered
was
with
very
that.
good.
But he tells stories to his players, and
I'll see if I can find that.
all these motivational speeches he tries to give to the players, and he links in like birds and things, and like they just sit there absolutely shocked and
Be entertaining.
makes no interest at all around anything.
Well, this is a good story anyway. Have you found it,
Oh,
Doc?
I've found it. I'll see if it'll play through here. I think it's worth a listen
It
to.
is.
Oh, hang on. No, I'm not sure if I can do that. I'm sorry. Long
That's
story
all right.
short,
Long story
we'll retweet it out there. He was at the terminal
Yep.
checking in to go to Adelaide, and he's got his he's doing a thing with the girl at the checkout and
Ticket.
checkout. Is that
Yep.
what they're called?
Yeah, that'll do.
Whatever.
Yep.
He's getting his ticket, and then he sees his ruckman over there. G'day, sweetie.
Yeah.
And
She thinks it was him and
Yeah,
all this little
funny.
confusion. But well done, yeah, it's out there. Dog will tweet it out, but
Yeah.
It's a good story to get
and
him
it-
out
and
of trouble with his wife
and
after
it puts
trying to hit on that.
Bevo. Yeah, that's exactly it. Wasn't talking to her.
Anyway, it doesn't help him to be still ranked at number two
No.
with what he does. And number three, probably sliding up there, although he's got a bit of schmarm about him, is that Damien Hardwick. Oh, Dimmer Hardwick there. And I think it came out with the Marvel Stadium thing that he said. He doesn't like going there.
No, it's a bit rude, wasn't it?
No, well,
Other
it's a
clubs
place
have
to
to
go
go
to.
there all the time.
Arrogant and disrespectful.
Under the roof.
And it's a good place to rack up fantasy
He
points.
doesn't get
That's
it.
what we like. I would
I've won
say
3 out of the 4 last premiership. I don't think I have to answer to anyone.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I don't know.
Unbelievable.
Anyone else you'd have in the power rankings?
No,
coaches that aren't?
They are the clear standout top 3.
Tweet us in some of your thoughts with some of the bad. I did go the other end.
Teague tried to get in there, but he's just so irrelevant.
Yeah, he
couldn't even make the
Yeah,
list.
he stuffed that up.
Yeah,
Teague, he's on notice for that.
Yeah,
I reckon.
he
we
tried.
Want,
Keep
we want
trying.
truth from our coaches in
That's it.
business. You've got to be dropping us, and that's the problem with the AFL at the moment
Oh,
in general.
it
is that
is. Like, come on.
communication of injuries.
Yeah.
it's getting
Needs to
bad.
improve.
Does need to have a look at what's happening in other countries.
Yes, we copy
That's how we
everything
need to-
else. Copy the important stuff.
But on the other end, I did want to have a quick look there. The good ones. I'm going to say Horse is number one.
What a backflip
And
this is.
Yes.
Basically because of the amount of kids that he's played
Yep.
for us. He's been so
never
good
used
over
to
the
do
last
that.
couple of years. It's been an amazing, just an amazing.
A
Was Tom
horse doing a
Mitchell
backflip.
was Tom Mitchell a
It's
kid,
amazing.
and that's why?
Yeah, well, that's right.
That seems to be the turning point.
Yeah, it was. Tom left,
He
and then,
realised,
oh God, I've lost a Brownlow medalist.
yeah,
I couldn't play him. I wouldn't play him, and
Yeah.
now he's a Brownlow medalist. What
I
have I
was
done?
stuck in my ways,
I better fix these kids.
and he's fixed it.
He has.
Look at his role.
Well done, Horse. Keep it up.
Yeah, great work.
and the other one that I wanted to throw in there as good ones is Ken Hinckley.
Probably my favourite, to
Yep.
be honest.
Basically because he throws out the information nice and early.
He does.
See-
We'll find out before the teams are announced, even if they were playing on a Sunday, they'd still let us know on Friday. I reckon
Yes.
they must have a few people in their comms team going, come on, the fantasy coaches will love
Well,
this.
this is what I mean. That rant I went on about Chris Scott and the indecision around a team.
Yep.
Look how Hinkley just goes, this is who we're playing and
Yep.
this is why, and bang.
Yep.
It just seems so much more confident. I really like it.
I love it. We all love it.
All right, let's get into some other thoughts for this week. We are looking ahead to round 10, and with the moves and the trades that we're making, we've all pulled some rage trades, and Sunday night rage trades were very important when you're scoring a 1900.
Oh, very important.
And in those, I would say that a lot of people might have had Tom Powell there.
Yeah.
So he's now got a break even of 95, so he dropped his first lot of cash. He's obviously valued over 500k. He's been one of the cash cows of the year.
Yeah.
But
fortnight
a
ago-
40 when we thought out here at Pig Park
Easiest
that he should be
matchup.
able to do all right. It's not like his centre bounces were all there. He
Yeah.
had everything still going for him, yet he only pulled a 40.
It's only 2 weeks ago he went back-to-back hundreds.
Yep. He looks tired.
So he
He
could get a
does.
rest, and that could force the hand maybe.
Thing is, break even of 95, he's never going to be this expensive again.
Yep.
So he's going to bleed cash from here on in. He's got the round 12 bye.
It's a hard one to know about that. Like it's not an awful one for a kid to have there if you think you can hold him through that time, which is what I thought he could have been for us.
That's right. Until now, he's got that bad score. So he's got to carry that bad score. And if you're going to hold until the
If you're going to
end of
hold
the
him, he's
buys-
going to be into the 400s.
I'm too heavy in that buy anyway, so
Same.
it's a perfect
So it's a
time for
nice
me to
time,
flick
yeah.
him off.
And we
Yeah.
always talk about, I guess a good time to mention it, we always talk about round 12 being the bad buy.
Yeah.
Okay, and at the moment, you should have most players playing at the back end in round 14 and less at the front.
Yeah.
And then that sort of tends
having
to...
the buy in the back end.
Yeah,
Yep.
working its way out as you move through it. But with him at the round 12 buy, I'm with you, Roy. I think I'll move on him this week. He's bleeding cash. I'm way too heavy in round 12. I need to even it out a little bit.
So you are heavy in round 12.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, so I need to start looking at that. Buys are not that far away.
Well,
No.
2 weeks, Cal.
2
They
weeks.
start.
4
Yeah.
trades and 3 then. So
I've got a lot of players in that position because I can totally understand what you're saying, Dog, strategically. So it's unique to everyone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because Cow and I are so heavy in that one, good excuse. It was hard to work out which ones to flick from that buy.
Yeah.
But given his break even so high now, it seems like a perfect move.
Yeah, that's the timing to do that. I think he is the most traded out player at this stage as well, which makes some sense there. Obviously, some of the other rookies, these are some of those shockers we had on field, all those 40s we had on field. Like, Chad Warner wasn't a 40, he got 61, but his break even's at 81.
Yeah.
We do still like to hold him through because he has got the round 14.
He
buy,
does.
So he can play in 12, 13 and trade in round 14.
That would be perfect.
That's a nice
I think-
scenario. And if he does bleed a little bit of cash, it's not that
You
much
take
of a
it.
stretch.
Better than a zero.
it's still a 61.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's still a
hitting that
rookie.
mark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's still a
That's
61.
enough.
And he also has the ability to be better.
He
so,
does. No, he'll be right. His role's still there and stuff. So hopefully he just doesn't need a rest at some stage.
Yeah, and Jai Farah is the other one there with a break-even of 53, which is a lot more than what he really has been doing most weeks of late. That's the thing.
Oh,
So-
look,
dropped off.
the other thing is, though, he's got Geelong in Geelong this week. And Geelong are the number 1 hardest team for defenders. I'm just having a quick glance at the
Yeah,
scale
it's
of hardness.
not
But
ideal.
no,
I don't
if he
know.
can score a 41 there, it's going to be potentially that or worse this week.
With Bose out, does that give him a couple of marks?
Gives him a couple, Roy.
Maybe.
Have you seen him play recently?
It might not help.
Using your fantasy coach subscription, you can check out the break-even, see where they're sitting, and if you've got guys that aren't going to, but think of your buys as well. Like, that's the big part. Like, wherever it sits with it, you can hold through the buys if you need to, if it's going to help the structure, because they're a warm body and they will be playing.
Because
that's the key.
This is so someone in my position, 10K club, I'm in at 6 now. If I can navigate my way through these buys without a zero, there is going to be that many people ranked ahead of me that are going to not worry about it and hit zeros. If I can go, say, no zeros against people ahead of me that cop 2 zeros throughout that period, I'm catching up to a couple of thousand people
big time
based on that. So, I don't know. If you're ranked poorly, maybe focus more heavily on that and hope that you can nail it through that period.
Great tip.
Yeah.
Right, so these rookies haven't made us heaps of cash, but what we can do is maybe hit some of these value players. It's all nice and easy to say, yep, go and try to get the best players, and we try to nail Roy's rolling 22 and pick your best players possible. But, which
God,
you
so
struggle
far off.
with that anyway with your rolling 22. But there's a lot of players that I guess are offering a heap of value. Let's go across the lines then. Let's go in the back line. Ridley, let's start there.
Yep, Riddler's ready to go. He's got a break even.
Under 600.
Yeah, so his break even's about, say 95 at the moment.
Yep.
That's where he's at. So his basement, he's as cheap as he'll get. And moving forward, I think he's only going to get better than he has been the last couple of weeks while recovering from that concussion game.
He's sharing more kickouts than I would like him to.
Mason Redmond had more than him on the weekend.
Yeah, and I think last week they were about 50-50. So whereas at the start of the year, that was all Redmond. All Ridley.
Yeah, 100% it was.
Yeah, so
the first
why
3
was it
weeks
100%? That was ridiculous.
No, well, Redmond wasn't in the side early either, and Heppel was probably only just getting into that role too, because Heppel's taken a couple along the way as well.
I don't know. Moving forward, I can see him averaging 100 still for the rest of the year.
But even at that price now, like you're still going 90 plus is a win from that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So another guy who's going well, Caleb Daniel.
After the 20, after
that
the suspension, after the 50.
Yeah, gosh. So that has been a legit roller coaster.
He wasn't too bevoed this week either.
No, and I think he looks fine. He looks fine for that 90 that he keeps ticking over.
Now, from memory, those two are around about the same price.
Yeah.
Yes,
They are. So which one would you go?
I'd be going Riddler.
Dog?
Yeah, I think I'll go Ridley. I just like when it's in his hands.
Yep.
I think too much can go wrong for Daniel.
He can cop a tag.
Yeah.
I don't think Ridley's not copping a tag.
Yeah, and not as much can go. Like he gets it in a few different ways as well. Like he'll get that switch kick and all that. Yeah.
So-
Whereas Daniel, he ended up playing as a forward last week.
And, exactly. And I'm looking at Ridley's run here. So he goes Freo, West Coast, Richmond into his bye. So
like
a
that
nice
run
little
for him.
3-run.
Yeah.
Especially with what they give up.
Yeah.
Now, I've got a roughie for you back there.
All right.
Liam Baker at 5.
The candlestick maker.
Yep.
What?
So he had 118 this week playing purely as a mid.
Okay.
He had, I think, 33 touches. He absolutely dominated. Actually, his stat line, if you read in depth his stats, they were phenomenal. The score involvements, the inside 50s, the tackling, the contested possessions. It was an amazing game he actually played.
Fluke, Roy?
No, not a fluke at all. And a lot of the people at the club realise it's not a fluke, but they realise that you can't get into that midfield usually. Well, he did get into there because of all the injuries.
Yep.
So is it a sustainable role? It'll be hard to move him back out of there if he keeps playing this way. But obviously he might be on limited time. But for 566...
Pick up sticks.
He's going to be there till the buyers playing that midfield role.
That's a gutsy
It's
move.
a big gutsy one.
It's really gutsy.
As a defender,
yeah.
I don't know how gutsy it is.
It's that, yeah.
But Harms is about the same price, and he was okay, wasn't he?
82 he had. A few people weren't happy with that, but
That's par.
He was
all right.
in the guts. Like
he was.
There's nothing wrong with what he did in the process through all of that. So
Yeah.
At the moment, Baker is the Tigers' best midfielder.
What about RCD?
At the moment, Baker is
Okay,
by
right.
far the best midfielder.
Candlestick, mate. Getting it done.
Harmsy's still well down the line. He's probably fourth best after a rookie in that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to roll into the forward line, Roy, talking about your little risky couple of week plays almost, what it is.
Yes.
And Laddams is one for you that you are a little bit keen on, probably because your budget is stretched.
Yeah, well, a lot of people do have a stretched budget, so I've got to try to find some interesting players for people to look at, which could change their season around. And here's another one. He doesn't have the first buy, so that could tick another box for people as well. He does have ruck eligibility, and there's people are stressing because Max and Grundy have the same buy round. So here's a guy you could flick through there via utility if someone like Meek or whatever is still in your team. So he finally got to have a go at solo ruck this week, and he finished with just under 100.
Yeah.
He had over 30 hitouts. He had 18 touches. He's got a tough matchup this week against Grundy, but his role is there for that price. He's dropped 100K because he couldn't touch it as a forward earlier in the year. So he could potentially get you through the buys and increase by 100,000 doing it.
Okay, so we can say last week when he got his 98, I'm looking at here, he was only against Sweetie.
Yeah.
Right? The
Yep.
sweetie pie from the airport. So
Yep.
is that a concern? And this week he's got Grundy.
What do you mean, is it a concern? It's obviously a different matchup. One's much harder than the other, but the role is there.
The role is there. I'm just saying it's not a concern, but the fact that he played someone so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I'm just saying, inflated score.
Of course it is an
Yeah.
inflated score, but what are you saying? He's not an option then?
I think he's an option. I think it's a very risky option.
Do you? I don't think it's a risk. It's
Okay.
a sole ruck.
All right.
Is it less risky for a few more dollars to go Isaac Heaney? There's risk attached.
He's so cheap.
He is bloody cheap.
But he played Collingwood for his ton.
Yep.
And anyone can turn up against
well,
Collingwood.
you say you ignore that.
That's-
$481K you'll spend on him.
It's so cheap. But he's a walking laid out. I don't trust it.
Well, are you working out these people at this price are not because they are
I know.
genuine superstars? In
Yes,
the
I know
competition,
that.
mate?
Heaney is, though. He's been very good. He's a 90-plus dude.
Just have a
most
look
of
at
the
his
time.
full year.
Yeah.
If he can
It's
play.
disgusting this year, but
It is.
that's why they're cheap.
He's down 122K.
Yep.
That's a lot.
Upside for both of them.
All right.
Dusty, you need about 100 more than that, but he's under 600K.
He's a bargain as well.
He's mega cheap.
Yeah. What did he
Mega
kick? How
cheap.
many goals did he kick?
4.
4.
That's the concern, but it's
Yeah.
not really a concern. Like, he's always good for 1 or 2 every game.
Yeah.
He is.
And he's...
What will he average from here on?
Well, that's the question. isn't
90
it?
plus?
Just his
Easily,
95
like what
that
he
he
does.
does.
He'll
Yeah.
be his 90
So I
like he is
think
every year.
I think he's a great option.
Same
He's one of
here.
the buys of the week this
So,
week.
100% he is.
Yep.
So, and then you look at those last 3. Of course, Dusty is the best one, but people can't necessarily afford that
Yep.
extra 100,000.
100K.
So you're going Laddams over Heaney?
Not necessarily. I'll probably get both.
Yeah.
And
They'll
we'll-
both suck. Would be good.
I just want to throw out there too, this is bloody people with Riley O'Brien like myself. You need 175 to go to max.
I'll get it. Find it. Do whatever you need
But
to do,
Not
dog.
actually
Almost.
that much, is it?
No, it's not.
But it's like one of your upgrades that you're doing, like a rookie upgrade.
Yeah, it is.
It
It's
is.
a sad thing. I
It
could be
is.
getting Isaac Heaney from a Farah.
Yes.
Yep.
That's better.
And you're
than
wasting it.
It's just
and this
you
was the
shouldn't
conversation we
have
had
to be
last
doing
week.
this.
This was the conversation last week. He's going, yeah, do you upgrade? Yeah, do I go Farah to Heaney or Rob to Max?
So you
it's
just
just
have to be doing that.
When you got Riley O'Brien, you did not think you'd be doing this.
You could
Whereas
almost, yeah.
when you got a rookie, you're like, at some point I'm going to move
Yeah.
you on, mate. You know, short-term relationship here.
And the problem with this season is, so he would have done that for Flynn. That's
Yes.
an upgrade
Yep,
to
of
a
course.
premium. What, Flynn is pumping out 100 in your
Not
face.
who we thought the third best ruckman in the league. We thought could go at 105, 110.
The gap wasn't supposed to be that big.
No, it wasn't.
No.
But you could almost straight swap him to Sean Darcy, who
Yes.
just quietly has been bloody good. So obviously, when someone has their season high, you get a bit excited about looking at them.
Yeah.
At 133, but that's what his season's been prior to this. 100 against Brisbane. It was 59 against Nick Nat
Okay.
before that. But then 108, 101. Oh, that was against bloody Rob, so that shouldn't count either.
Asterisks.
And 87, 81. Like, he's
Yeah.
been very good this
been
year.
great.
Has.
Yeah.
So he's been a super pick.
And he's been able to back up games this year as
Yeah.
well. Like, he seems to be rolling a few in a row, which is a big
Yeah,
improvement
he only
for
missed
him.
round one.
He missed
Yeah.
round
I thought
one and
he
that's
might have
it.
missed more than that, but
Yeah,
yeah. So
no.
he's
Fit as a fiddle at the moment,
And
kid.
he's got DPP, doesn't he?
yes,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
right
So-
forward.
So remember you saying you were
status.
looking at him in the forward line a few weeks ago,
Yeah,
just
I
as
was.
a straight
Just
forward.
because he's just saying, with the ruck time, and what I'm talking about, Cal, with Laddams, I'm
Yep.
not saying he's all Australian bound.
No, I'm not saying that.
But if you've got forward status and you get to play in the ruck, it takes a lot of pressure off your scoring. You're at least around the ball.
Sean Darcy's up 146K this year.
And that's why you don't want to pick a guy like that. I just don't like picking a guy that...
You've missed the boat on a guy
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, but with,
He's
the,
better
but
than
with
Riley
crisis-
O'Brien.
dudes like this where you've missed the boat, you can say they're buy structure strategies.
Yeah.
We're always after
Yeah,
things
yeah.
to hide behind.
I think they've got the same buy.
Okay.
On to the next thing.
Yeah, next thing, just before we finish this little section, the rookies. So if you're doing your downgrades, Ronan O'Connor, I think he's a good option. He
seems that
so
way.
he only played about half the game anyway, but he had 50% of the Crows CBAs. So that's
he
positive.
really?
And they were pretty keen on him, like with his tackles. So hopefully his time on ground increases the next game, and then
It's a game of football. How many times did he kick it?
One, Roy. Just one time on the boot.
That's an issue.
What do you have? 8 handballs, though, or something like that?
Yeah, he found it. Well, that's the thing, that half a game.
Yeah.
So if he was at... how many more CBAs is he going to have this week when they go, hey, mate, we're going to let you play 80%?
He must have been almost
100%
100% in the centre when he was on the ground.
Yeah.
But that made me wonder, and I didn't see the game, if he was tagging, was he running with a Tim Kelly or something like that? I didn't quite see the game. But a good pick this week, and the fact that he's a tackler.
Loves a cuddle.
And loves a one kicker.
Cody Waitman's going to cost you mid-twos, so I don't know if that's worth doing.
Risky?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. He kicked goals to...
Job security is an issue, is he?
Well, it's just Bevo, so maybe that's why. No.
So Hunter's coming back this week.
Hunter will be back this week,
but
apparently.
He's going to hold his spot after that effort, isn't he?
I think so.
Interesting.
Is it too late for Riley Collier-Dawkins?
Oh, probably not.
No.
No, it's not.
He's locked and loaded in that side.
Yeah.
That was a coming-of-age game.
He's got a break even of negative 18.
Yeah, so
and yes, you've missed out on the 120 price rise already.
There's going to be another 120.
He went up 58k. He's going up another 50 and then another 40.
Definitely haven't missed the boat. Then.
Definitely not. Get on.
No.
All right, and who's the other one I was thinking there? Oh, Briggs.
Brigger.
People are bringing him in.
Okay.
Which is understandable because he's worth 182k. Only scored 45.
Yeah.
Scoring isn't your probably issue with him. You want him on the bench anyway.
Yeah.
It's going to be some cash gen and being a cheap option that's playing. But will he play?
I don't know.
So
Mumford
I think they've got...
stuff.
Yeah, so he and, Flynn Berger in the ruck, who was awesome.
He was ridiculous.
Bloody hell.
Can't get dropped now.
No.
I reckon... So they'll have to... His hands are so good as well. We have always spoken about that. So they haven't tried Mumford and Flynn, have they?
Not together.
No.
Surely that happens next.
Could, yeah, yep.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So I don't know about
At least
Briggs'
Flynn can
job
get around the
security.
ground a bit more.
He does.
Flinny led the team in tackles. He had 9.
9 tackles to Flynn's
tackles
sanity.
to Flynn's
He wants
sanity.
to stay
I
in
wonder
the
he got
team.
a ton.
In fact, game high tackles. That's ridiculous. From the big man.
Good on him.
Go Flinny.
Oh, well, I guess what? He's gone, okay, I'm a better hit-out ruckman than my coach.
Yep.
I take better marks than my coach.
Yep.
What does he do? Oh,
Yeah.
coach tackles.
Okay.
Maybe I just tackle.
So going back to
Thinking.
Briggs then, I reckon that's a no.
Yeah, probably.
You've got a couple of guys coming back, like defenders there in Haynes, also Reed.
Yeah.
Job security is not good enough.
No.
You don't want to be throwing away a position on your bench
No, I don't
like
think
that
so.
there.
Probably
Hopefully
not.
we get some coming through at some point.
Got a question for the traders? Tweet the boys at AFL Fantasy or head to facebook.com/AFL Fantasy Official.
Alrighty, let's get into some Twitter questions. At AFL Fantasy is where you can find the official account. I'm at Warnie DT.
I'm at Roy DT.
That's Galvin DT.
All right, Finn is asking this one. Legends, who goes first out of CJ, Shoal or Sarong?
I'll let you boys take this
Calvin,
one.
CJ, you're old mate. You thought he was done and dusted.
Mate, he was
early
done
on.
and dusted, and he's...
When your legs flop out like that.
Yep. But he came back on, and he was quite productive. I think he played about maybe 65% of game there
good comeback.
for his 60-odd points. He's still good for an 80.
Oh, definitely.
Shoal, you don't know because he
Got himself to
fluctuates
70 in the end. Like, it's
from
just amazing.
the wing to the half back. He's all over the place. So he's a real tricky one. Whereas Sarong at the moment looks like he might be set for that tagging job that he's done in the past. He ran with Zach Merritt.
Well, he was good last year while tagging, wasn't he? He tagged in some of those massive scores that he got. So he can score as a tagger.
Such a tough one. I think just because he's a midfielder, you can get him to someone you prefer and where his price point is.
Yeah.
You'd be able to do something better with
And it
that.
feels like they're all about a 70, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
So, get rid of Sarong
can go.
first.
Yeah.
Yep. From James, coach of Striders Revenge. Lockie Jones is returning from injury 1 to 2 weeks. Do you think he'll get named the 22 when fit? I think he's going to probably come through the sandful, and it probably is this week by the sounds of it. Now, which rookies do you expect to get recalled out of Brockman, Henry, McRae and Sharp? Well, Sharp.
Can I say
possibly
none?
Injured. Yeah.
None of them.
Brockman, I
none.
thought, must be half a chance. I thought he could have been in this week.
If you
So did
lose,
I.
If you lose to the Kangaroos,
Yep.
and you didn't play, you had every chance to come in.
Yep.
That's
Aren't
true.
you?
Big time.
Yeah.
And McRae, well,
No, he's not close.
I think he's got to bang a bit harder on the door, to be honest. I think he's back out of favour.
Agree. I don't think he'll... We definitely won't be seeing him before the buys.
Once again, his best chance is the fact that they were so bad again.
Yeah.
They couldn't even score 50 points. So, don't know.
Only if he can kick goals. That's what they need at the moment.
Well, yeah. Anyway, don't know. None of them
None of them are going to be very close.
All
Brockman
right.
the closest. There you go.
Miller time. Hello, fellow legends. Thoughts on Martin or Heaney this week? Okay, if I had to dig up the coin for... I'd have to dig up the coin for Martin, but can go straight down to Heaney from Powell. What would you do?
So...
Because you
if
make
it
money
doesn't
going
hurt-
Powell down to Heaney just quietly. It's crazy.
So if it doesn't hurt the structure of your team, it's Martin
Yep.
every day of the week. If you're at desperate times like me, that's where Heaney's an option. So like you said, Dog, and I know you're a Heaney fan, Heaney is a 90 guy.
Yep.
But up until this game on the weekend versus the Pies, who basically score points for you, he hasn't gone close to that ton.
So Dusty is, if you take out his concussed
Yeah.
20-odd or whatever he had,
Yeah.
he's averaging 90 for the year.
Yeah.
That's what he is going to be.
Yeah.
So at the moment, he's a bargain.
And he'll probably pick it up.
I'm going to read out some of Heaney's scores for you. All right? And there's an injury one in there as well, isn't there? So 107 against Collingwood. And we talked last week that we can't count that.
Can't count
Can't
scores.
count Collingwood scores.
Fair enough.
Now, didn't play against Melbourne. He had a 23 against Geelong
Which you did say he still played 80% game time,
for 23.
but he wasn't 100%.
Right.
Because he missed the next week, didn't he?
He did, yeah. And then before that, he had a 63 against the Suns.
Gross.
Before that, he didn't play. And then the 45 against Bombers. Now, is that the one he must have been injured in that?
He only played like 20% game time in that. 30.
So I'm worried that if we jump on this now,
Yeah.
that I can't see it going anywhere.
Right. Well, I'll tell you where it goes for someone like me. So, say I get him in, it gets a rookie off the ground, and my rookies are scoring 40.
Yep.
It's got a guy that I don't have to sweat on each week through the buys, and then he's gone up a little bit in value by his last buy, even if he's not scoring his 90s. And then he's got that last buy. He can be moved on for someone coming off the
so he's got the
worst
round
case scenario.
Yep, and a good run to that round 14 buys. Goes Freo, Carlton, St Kilda, Hawthorn.
Yes.
A great little run leading
And
up
it's
to round
Isaac
14.
Heaney.
And it's Isaac Heaney. All right, I'll
So
take it.
you see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying.
But he's not necessarily back.
No, we can't say he's back.
No.
But at this price,
Yes.
yeah,
For those reasons,
Yeah.
he is an option.
agree.
Right.
Do you
I'm
think
gonna-
he's back, Dog?
Back enough.
Yes. I think he's back
It's
enough.
worth the risk.
Yeah.
For that price.
But that's the thing, though. Is it a risk at that price?
Well, a little one. So with someone like him, when he used to score better, he used to get a few CBAs, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then push forward.
Yeah.
He's getting none at the minute.
He's pushed up the ground a bit, though.
He
That's
does.
the thing.
He
That's
does.
I think we know
Like what
getting on the
Dunkley,
half-back flank.
say
and
Dunkley was
Yeah.
starting forward
Yeah.
flank, and then he was just an extra on baller. Do you think he's doing something like that?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's good. Good
Well,
pick.
I'm looking here. He's had 22 touches and 6 marks.
Yeah, it's
The
good.
marks is the important part. He's getting those pushing up the ground.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then throwing this one in from Paul Lewis. I know it's a huge trap, but just throwing it out there for discussion. Jesse Hogan. He showed a small preview of potential in a new team. Now, and now with Green injured too. You couldn't though, could you?
No,
so
you are correct.
Hogan 494k, so under 500. So
Still too much.
you've got to be going Heaney, for example,
Yeah,
over that.
100%.
How good did he look?
He did look
It
very
was
good.
awesome. We were cheering hard for him. Maybe that's why my throat's so sore.
So he booted 104. 104.
Booted
before
104
that.
goals.
104 goals. Amazing effort. Didn't play the week before that, and then a 78 against the Crows.
Yeah.
So averaging 91 in his 2 games. But
Yeah,
no.
He's going well, but no.
No.
Go, Jesse.
Cheer him on,
But no.
yeah.
Alan, when do we start ignoring these value picks and start chasing points? So, Duncan and Guthrie, for example.
As soon as you
you're
can.
saying.
Oh,
As soon as you can.
Yeah, this is the thing. I think we're a bit blinded because of our teams not being as good as what we'd hope they would be.
Yeah.
But still thinking, though, knowing that teams are struggling because cash generation isn't there. You've got to be smart with it, that you need to look after your coin the best that you can. You can't just go, oh, yeah, one up, one down, which
No.
keeps just rookies floating on your field, which
If there was-
are scoring these 40s.
If there was no buys incoming, I'd be inclined to be a little bit more reckless with chasing a big premium.
Yeah.
Especially one I'm confident in.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hold back on that. But the buys are slowing that down a little bit.
Big time.
And the faith in some of these guys to hold their spot through that time.
And you want to be bringing in people at the moment who are making money, because come the buy, we get those extra trade each week.
Double downgrade, one upgrade.
That's it.
You've already got a little bit there.
And if you've got a guy like Heaney who is progressing in price over the next few weeks, the jump is a lot less.
Yeah.
So 2 rookies down, and those rookies aren't going to be worth a lot of coin.
No.
So we are going to need the 3 trades where we can move on guys
if
like
it's
that.
not leaving you with too many absolute spuds on the ground and you're not culling someone who you actually should be holding,
Yes.
then it's just okay. That's just normal. Good move, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Although,
think
Dog,
so.
you are a fan of the value play.
I am, because I said to Cow the other day, if you had your time again, what would have you done instead of getting Clayton Oliver?
Well,
You spent over
would have gone
800K.
should have gone to Josh Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Saved
saved
yourself
100
point,
and something.
which at this point now, you would have been getting another rookie off your field with that.
Yeah.
It would have been.
That's not my play though, Dog.
I know, but this is the thing.
Hello,
this is why.
Calvin, my old friend.
But this is, I guess, what is in my head all the time with these moves.
Yep.
Is that you might as well just make your team look better on
Tell you
paper.
what, one day,
rather than just hitting the big.
One day
I
we'll
hear so much smart stuff here.
Yeah.
If we one day merge all our ideas into one,
we might turn
we
into
might
Selby.
actually not be so crap.
Well, our traders team's going all right.
It
though,
is.
Dog.
I've got
there
that
you
up to 500 overall.
well
now.
done.
Well done.
Don't let
Okay,
me
no,
touch
I
it.
know what you're about to say.
I got it up to 500. Hear that?
Because what would have
Hear
happened
that?
if I bloody followed your friggin' crap advice?
Jeez, Dog.
Hey, he's the best of the crap at the moment.
You know what? If you had followed my advice, you wouldn't have had Zach Mayer as your captain.
Oh,
No, part of your advice was
Hey, I've held off 40 minutes. I've held off 40 minutes before telling you that.
Because you're in my ear.
Here we
This is
go.
the most. I'm not confident in any of the captains this week.
So that's why I went McRae. You should have gone McRae,
and
mate.
then Zach caught wind of you being not confident.
Yeah.
And look what he
And
did.
Sarong kicked him while he was down. Yep.
Calvin.
Not good.
Keep going.
Thomas, who would you trade down to a basement rookie out of Bergman, Farah, or Cozzy? They've all got the round 12 buy. So
Cozzy.
who would you trade out?
Cozzy would
for
be
me.
on your bench. You might be relying on Bergman for a little spot on your ground, but that decision might be made for you.
It might be. Come on, Berg.
Farah.
No, Berg's
I think he's okay.
I don't know if
He came up
I reckon
strong.
it's Farah.
Oh, Farah's terrible.
He's the
a
one
good
that goes
point.
out of those three.
Uh,
Cozzy at least is there, and
Okay.
he's ticking over the price as
I
well.
remember Farah in one of those games where he scored 70.
Yep.
He looked unreal.
Yep.
He was taking intercept marks through the middle of the ground and stuff.
Yep.
What happened?
He started 86-74,
And looked sensational doing it.
and since then 38, 68, 41. And he has Geelong this week in Geelong.
Since the day we said he'll have 100 versus
He had
Collingwood.
38 against Collingwood. Who has 38 against Collingwood? No one.
Oh, you can't count that one. It's versus Collingwood.
That's right, you don't count that.
For
Right,
the-
okay. Looks a little bit better.
wrong reason. God, 38.
All right, Oliver's got this one here, and this is probably prompted by a Selby tweet the other day. Selby's bloody little perfect world if these moves could work. I wish I had the chance to do some nice moves. But he said, basically, Oliver's gone, could you pull off a Zeeble downgrade move to someone like Dusty, which would give you the coin to go from Powell to Oliver?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a play that it's been one of my favourite plays of the past, that move. And you did it earlier
Talked about
in
it a
the
few
year
weeks
with
ago, yeah.
Max.
Yep.
So, total fan of these moves, but gosh, and I'm so happy for people that their teams must be in such a good position
Yep.
to be able to do those.
It's very luxury.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's a great play. So, yes, if you are structured up to do that,
We're
take
trying
advantage
to,
of it.
So
and
we're
smash
struggling so much trying to make sure we've got green dots.
Yeah.
Whether that's on field even, let alone looking ahead to the buys.
Yeah. But it's a good
way.
move.
It's a good way to make cash essentially.
100% it is.
So Zeeble lost money last week for the first time this year.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's a massive break even of 140 odd or whatever that sits at. You can do it.
Yeah.
You can definitely do it.
You said it was prompted last week, so Selby has said it at the perfect time there. That's when would have been the perfect time to do it. It's still a valid play, though. He's only dropped once.
The funny thing is, though, you're getting off a guy who has gone 86, and that's his lowest score since round 2.
That's why I'd be
You
so
haven't bought him
far
at value, though,
from
Cal.
doing
No,
remember?
but
At the moment.
he's still scoring well for you.
And
But
he still could score at
Exactly.
the drop of a hat.
that's right.
He's coming off a win. That's
Yeah.
an issue for them
Up and
because
about.
he's at his best when they're losing.
Yes, exactly.
So don't
Yeah.
worry. That will be happening again
Yeah.
very shortly for the rest of the year.
Am I a fan of that move? Yes, 100%. Love it.
Yeah.
But you'd probably be trying to do your traditional moves more.
I
But
think so.
by doing that, though, he's getting a rookie off the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as long as you're constantly doing that, I think that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, but if you've got these other rookies that are sitting there either not generating cash or maxed out and they're about to slide back down in price, etc. I don't know.
It's definitely a very good play in the right circumstance.
Yes.
Brendo, so tough week, he says. Your thoughts on sideways trading, either like maxed out rookies to rookies in the 300k range,
Yeah.
or do you get rid of non-playing rookies to the new rookies coming through like O'Connor and do that?
Look, you can have a couple of permanent write-off red dots
Yep.
and still get through the buys. Okay.
Yeah, of course you
I
can.
think if it's someone like Collier Dawkins,
Yeah.
and it takes a straight swap of a guy who's even playing but not doing anything,
Yep.
that's okay.
Farah to Collier Dawkins, for
Fine.
example. Tick.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
No,
Powell down to Collier Dawkins.
fine.
Yep. Go for it.
Yeah. 200.
Yeah,
Big- big
200
difference.
and a guy who's then
Yep.
going bang, bang rapidly
Yep.
in the right direction. Yep, that's definitely a good move as well.
So maybe you do, What do? Do you do those non-playing ones down to a new one coming through?
It could just be another new non-player.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
problem.
exactly. You're just swapping red dots.
And there's clubs that aren't giving players a run at it like we've come to expect
and
in the
hope
past.
they would. Yeah.
Well, look
Yeah.
at Collingwood, for example.
That's unheard of what they did.
They just switch dudes all the time. So you're bringing in a red dot for
Yeah.
1 week.
Yeah.
And that was a concern with a guy like O'Connor. We hadn't really heard much about this guy. And you bring him in hoping he's going to be something.
Yeah.
But also by bringing him in, you're making a little bit of coin on the guy that you get rid of.
Yeah.
Now, if O'Connor, he should be right this week. But if
Yeah.
he gets dropped,
Yeah.
I've now got a red dot worth about 185k.
Just
what can you do with that?
nothing.
Now that turns into your Ben Cavara of 2020.
Yeah.
Stuck.
True.
All right, last couple quags. Dusty or Ridley to average more from here on?
The Riddler gets dusty, doesn't he?
Riddler.
Just too
safer.
easy for him.
Yeah. Both are great options this
Yeah,
week.
definitely.
But Riddler.
Oh, wow. Soul Man. G'day, Legends. Ranked 13th overall,
Oh, don't listen to us, mate.
despite Riley O'Brien at R2.
Oh,
man.
dog, you've tricked him.
No, this dude can win
He
it.
can.
He's carrying
If you're
Riley.
carrying that,
Yeah.
do I continue upgrading rookies? Been working for me so far, or go Riley O'Brien to gone this week?
Gone. No, just pull it.
Keep upgrading rookies. I'm in that position. It's such a hard. Oh, God. It's so tempting.
Max can get you the car.
Yeah, he can. He can get you a car.
But everyone else has got him. But then that's probably a good reason to have him.
In
not
that
falling.
in that
He's coming.
head-to-head.
No, he's coming 13th, and he hasn't got him.
That's costing him 40 points a week.
Yeah, he could be winning it.
Oh.
Right. No. We need to give some real good advice to this guy. Not our fake stuff we give everyone else, right?
All the stuff we give ourselves.
Okay. What does he need to do? Assuming he's got good rookies on the field already that are scoring well.
He must.
Okay, you've got to have them. And that's the thing. If he looks across his rookie and goes, I'm happy with you, you're a chance for a 70, I'm happy with you, and you can tick a few of them off,
Yeah.
then he can jump to max.
Yeah.
Okay, if he's carrying Farrar, if he's carrying your 30s and your 40s, those dirty guys, I
Yeah.
think he needs to fix them first, does he?
Because do you almost put Riley O'Brien in a category of it's a type of rookie there, but he can do hundreds.
But then you've got other rookies, well, other guys like that. If you're riding a shoal, for example, or you're riding...
This guy's good, remember. A good
yeah,
team.
well,
Yeah.
okay.
Couldn't have
Hang
so
on,
many
Riley
of them.
O'Brien has averaged 62 in his last 3.
That's what I mean. Rook.
It's not good.
Farrar is averaging about that, a little bit less. No, he's got to go. Get rid of him. Go straight to max. Max could go 120 from here on in for all we know. Nah. Roy?
I just am picturing Riley O'Brien running at the moment.
Yeah, no. I'm saying, I play dog. Go straight to the top.
I know you do.
Go straight
we
to the
want
top.
this dude to be in the mix for a car.
Yeah, well, firstly, he shouldn't be listening to us. Right? There's your first thing.
I'll tell you what, it's good confidence boost for people.
It is. Oh, that's exactly what it is.
So listen to us.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
good for
we're
your
doing
health.
good things this year, I
Right.
reckon.
Have we helped this bloke, though?
Yeah, we've confirmed that he's got a big decision to make.
Just going to have a good look at who is
Your worst rookie.
your worst rookies.
What are
And
they providing?
Who are you okay with on field at the moment?
Okay, if you were
Warner.
a good team, Warner,
You're okay with
Collier Dawkins.
Collier Dawkins. I think you're okay with Powell on field.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
he's still playing, obviously.
Yep.
But if you had to go Powell,
Robertson, you're
Or,
okay with him on field.
Oh,
no.
He had
not if
70
you're going for
on the
a car.
weekend.
he hasn't gone over 50 in his last 3, but yeah, you could have him on the
70
field.
on the weekend, that's more than 50.
Yeah, but that's his first time.
Oh.
Have a look at his numbers. Just because you got lucky one week with him, mate.
Oh, I've needed it. I need to get scores like that.
Look, I think he had a better role this week too.
You
which
played for
helped him.
over Devon Robertson.
I did. You need to have a look at Devon's numbers, mate. I mean, you're off track. Thinking it's about you again. There's a question, all right, about the guy who's coming 13th. Wants to know what to do with Riley O'Brien. Now, Doc, you have the final decision here.
Okay,
You've got Riley
All
O'Brien.
right, let's just say he's got Riley O'Brien and Powell. Who do you get rid of first?
Powell. You got to play the traditional game.
Or do you?
Well,
That's serving us well, isn't it?
There's still a long time to go.
In the last 4 games, Powell's hit 100 twice.
Riley hasn't. I'm near with Dog, though. Like, you've got to get these rookies off. Get them off. Get them off, get them off, get them off.
Yep, okay.
Yep.
That's a big hold too.
It's a big hold. Could come right for you.
It could.
Come on, Riley. He's got such
Surely.
a bad draw coming up.
Does he?
Oh, God.
You just talked him out
You'll
of
sleep
trading
better.
him.
You'll sleep better
If
at
you get
night
rid
if you
of
got
him.
rid of him, I reckon.
You would.
They did
But-
say that he was playing injured earlier in the year.
And
He's still injured.
Yeah, that's it. He must be still injured.
Might have to ask Teague. He might know.
Yeah, he would.
Right. I think we might be done, boys.
That was an exhausting
A
question.
lot of questions. Yeah,
That was an
lot
exhausting
more
one.
questions here. We'll try to answer as many as we can on Thursday night when we are live.
Oh, my goodness.
We might need another bonus Q&A type podcast each week, I think, here, boys.
You know why it was
almost
so
like that.
exhausting?
Why?
Think about your antics on the weekend.
Which ones?
Just the whole weekend. It will come across in the podcast how hungover you are.
Oh, today? No, I'm pretty good today.
Are you?
I wasn't too good yesterday. I'll give you
Okay.
a tip.
I thought it was a 2-dayer.
No, I'm okay.
Okay, good.
All right.
Up and about.
Good luck this week, and yes, check out all of our content at afl.com.au/fantasy, and we'll be with you on Thursday night, getting ready for round 10 with the teams.
I'll bring the coffees.
Wait, it's going to be fun. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.